Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is MiAh the King, and now for the second video today, we're looking at a game that came out yesterday on Steam called The Last Haven. On Steam, early access for $20, $15 right now, and the Steam store, sorry about that, the Steam store page says, the world after a nuclear war. Manage the settlement. Learn technology. Make decisions. Produce weapons, ammunition. Organize defenses. Raid for supplies on other areas. Do not let residents die. Survive the nuclear winter. But they forgot to mention that there are zombies in this game. I wasn't expecting that, but alright. So, when I first saw this game, I was thinking, oh, another post-apocalyptic city builder game. Joy. But who knows? Maybe it'll be good. So I went in with an open mind, hoping to find something different from what I've seen in the past. And I'm happy to say that I was pleasantly surprised. While playing, I probably said, what a cool little game, like 20 times. Basically every time a new little thing was introduced to me in the game, I'd say that. Why? Because it was. Each aspect was pretty cool. Each one I discovered is what I mean. Now, I would appreciate a bit more of a tutorial in the game. However, it is in early access, and it does have a little bit of a tutorial currently. Just enough to give you a basic understanding. Anything more requires trial and error, at least in its current state. By the way, let's take a quick break right now and, give out a public announcement to the viewers out there. Subscribe. That is all. I mean, pretty much. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please share the video. Get me some more views. I really appreciate it. My channel's growing very slowly, but, to all those loyal people who are watching, commenting, liking, and all the other stuff, thank you very much. So please, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, maybe leave me a little comment, just say bump in the comments, I don't care. Just support me a little bit. Every little thing helps, every little bit helps, and I'd really appreciate it. And it only takes you 5 seconds and doesn't harm you or cost you literally anything. So, have a heart, just give me a couple clicks. That's all I ask. Alright, so this is going to be easier to explain if you've played certain city builders in the past, like Cities Skylines or Banished, games where you can't control the average people walking around. You can only control, like, maybe soldiers, and you can choose what you build and how you, customize your city and how you progress and whatnot. That's this game's overall gameplay. It has research so you can learn how to craft new items or new buildings, and it has an odd little resource management system. I don't know. Have you ever played Kingdoms and Castles? Well, okay, this is the worst part of explaining games like this. I don't know if my viewers have played certain games or not. So, fuck it. I'm just gonna go very basic, as if the people watching this have never played a video game in your life. So, you get certain buildings that you can build, right? So let's say a lumber mill or a rock smashing building or a resource gathering station in general. And you basically just place it somewhere, and it has like a certain radius around it. All resources of that particular type that match that building within that building's radius will be gathered until all those resources are gone. Then that building will be dismantled and rebuilt somewhere else. Alright, think about what I just said. Rewind and re-listen if you have to. Alright? Got it? Good. That's pretty much it. That's the game. You're given a bunch of survivors in this post-apocalyptic world with no houses, no food, no jobs, or anything. So the game instructs you on what to build first and how. So you do that, and you place your survivors in appropriate jobs, and they start working on their own. You can't control them. Now, it's cool how you can assign your survivors to scavenge old, decayed buildings and car wreckages to find unique stuff. You can even find guns and ammo. Or, basic resources. So, while your people are chopping trees, mining rocks, and scavenging for old world relics, you can build up your little village here. It's pretty cool. It is a bit odd, though. In most games, you can build pretty much anywhere, or by building things, you can change the environment, so you can kind of make your city look like what you want it to look like in your mind. But in this game, you can't change the environment, at all. I mean, even having a lumber mill and having your people chop wood for over an hour won't remove the trees from around you. Or if it does, it takes a really long time. So it forces you to build in this restrictive styled environment. Now, I don't really have a problem with this. It's kind of realistic for its setting. I mean, in a world like this, people wouldn't really have the means of rearranging their surroundings and instead would just have to build with what they got and where and how they can. So it kind of makes sense. The game isn't content to just have you build a city, however. Oh no, it offers much more. It offers you things like choices. For instance, you're sitting there managing your people and trying to get your city built, and a random villager just pops up and says, "Hey, I heard that there are some supplies over there. Can we go get them?" And you can choose one of three options. Or, one of several options, but we're going to go with three options for this one. You can say no, you can say yes and send 2 people, or you can say definitely yes and send 3 people. The more people you send, the more resources you'll bring back. But you got to be careful, because if you send those 3 people out, they could end up finding nothing and waste a bunch of time. Or they could find raiders or zombies and die. And if they had jobs, like if you sent 3 people, the game takes 3 random people, so it could be 3 lumberjacks and that's all you had. Well, all your other jobs are taken. You have no more people. If those 3 lumberjacks go out and die, guess what? Now you no longer have any lumberjacks. See what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful. And the zombies. Let's not forget them. They like to pop up randomly and attack your village. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but as long as you have a few guys with guns, then you'll pretty much be okay. For a limited time at least. I learned the hard way that if you don't focus on defenses, you're gonna get destroyed pretty quickly. In my over an hour length of gameplay, I found my 3 guards dead and my 50 villagers reduced to 20 from the constant zombie attacks and raider attacks. I didn't even make it a winner. So you gotta make sure you prepare accordingly. This game is not gonna take it easy on you. It's gonna treat you as if it was a real apocalyptic world, and you never know what's gonna happen, and it's gonna require a lot of trial and error for you to kind of figure out what to do, how fast to do it, when to do it, and everything else. But I mean, that's kind of the fun part, right? It's realistic in how it does things too, and I was really impressed by this. Hell, even building these rough, crappy little buildings takes time. So does mining resources. And even though these things take time realistically, the game still gives you a nice fast forward button to kind of speed up the process. So there's no problem there. It's a nice little detail that I can, brag about. And the graphics, by the way, are lovely. They feel great, they look great, and they're easy on the eyes. The sound effects are different. They're good, but number one, they sound really generic, like old school generic, and they're painfully loud when you get close to them, and then if you get far from them, they're completely silent. And the gunshots are just really loud and abrasive. But I mean, in my opinion, for those 2 things, they were bad, but they weren't so bad that I would have to make a big deal out of it. In my opinion, they're minor, so I can get over that. But there is something slightly irritating about this game. Well, several things. I'll go into those later, but right now I want to talk about how the zombies are just too hard to kill. I mean, I had 2 guards shooting at 1 zombie for an hour of in-game time before he finally died, and he was only like 10 meters away. I mean, they had SMGs. What the fuck? Were they shooting with their eyes closed? That's just... that just needs work, clearly. And the area you're allowed to work in, it's too small. I mean, the area that you're allowed to build in should be expanded a little bit. It's a wee bit too small. You know what? Let's just go over everything that irritated me right now and get it out of the way. So what else? What else annoyed me? Oh, the lack of tooltips. Okay, now don't get me wrong. There are tooltips in some areas, so clearly the developers knew that this is a good idea. But then in other areas there are no tooltips, which leaves me confused and scrambling to figure out what the hell this particular thing over here is. Another thing that irritated me is the lack of any kind of alarm system or gathering system. And what I mean by this is, when my guards are dead, there's literally no way to fight off the zombies. So they're going to gang up on your villagers one by one and eat them alive. Now, your villagers do fight back when they're attacked, but if you've got 1 lumberjack out there and 10 zombies, 1 against 10 is easy prey. So I wish there was some kind of an alarm system or gathering system or rally system, something that I could just gather all my people together in like fighting positions or something. I mean, that'd be realistic too, and work really well in case shit hits the fan. I mean, you're going to tell me that if all the guards die in a post-apocalyptic world, and there's gunshots in the distance, and the zombies are coming, you think all the people are just going to continue with their jobs? No, they're either going to go run and hide, or they're going to fight. So I mean, I hope they add something in that'll fix that little conundrum. And another thing that is either broken, unfinished, or too confusing for me to understand is the weapons and ammo stuff. Like, to get more than the 3 guards in the beginning, you need to build a barracks, which requires a lot of research, which is really annoying because if you don't focus on researching up to a barracks immediately, you're never going to get enough people in time to fight off the ever-increasing waves of enemies that show up. So like if you're spreading your research out amongst everything to try to evenly research everything, eventually you'll die. There's no surviving because you'll either run out of ammo or you'll run out of guards before you can get your barracks. But anyway, like I was saying, to get more than the 3 guards, you need your barracks. Once you build it, you can then recruit people to become guards. And when you recruit them, they grab random weapons and ammo. But even when I had ammo and guns, they were recruiting with knives instead. So why? And I mean, I had SMGs and I had SMG ammo. I had rifles and rifle ammo, pistols and pistol ammo. And then when I recruited them, they still had a knife. So why? Or how about when my guards run out of ammo? Like for a pistol, but then I've got a rifle and plenty of ammo for that. So how do I make them switch weapons? Or how do I make them go restock ammo? Or how do I make them do anything like that? I mean, that'd be pretty helpful. I mean, in every game, my guards eventually run out of ammo, and I can say that because I've played several game overs, and I've done it over and over again. So in every game, they always run out of ammo fighting this infinite number of zombies. And even though I've got a dozen guns and hundreds of rounds of ammo in my warehouse, they still end up using knives to fight when they run out of ammo. So like, this needs attention brought to it ASAP. And then the combat itself is a little broken or unfinished. You can't tell your soldiers to target specific enemies. You can only tell them to move to places. Nothing else. Can't tell them to take cover. Can't tell them to target this, to do this, to do. All they can do is move. Now, they'll attack anything within range, but when they run out of ammo and they're using their knives and you tell them to charge in, they still just move to that area and they won't even attack unless the enemy starts attacking them in melee. So if you're fighting off raiders, they're just going to stand there and get shot. So the devs really need to help the user either understand or they need to finish the development of the equipping of soldiers and their combat mechanics. And since it's literally game over if your guards all die, it's a pretty damn important feature that needs attention, probably needs the most attention right now. Now here's the thing. Most of the negatives I'm mentioning don't mean a whole lot. The game is in early access and it was just released. But what you can do and what I can do is we can make our complaints and our concerns known. It's part of why I'm doing this video. Let the developers know what we can do to help them make this game great. Because I think this game could possibly be amazing. I love the idea of this game and I love what they're doing with it so far. I got a refund for the Dwarves Shop game earlier, but I will not be getting a refund for this one. It has replayability. It has depth. It has a future. It has a plethora of content and it's fun, unlike the dwarf shopping game I put out earlier. This game has a serious future and I'm very much looking forward to it getting further developed. I highly recommend you guys pick this game up. It has several hours of gameplay currently, probably more, and there's more to come. It has a ton of content and a ton of quality. There's a lot of thought and attention put forth into this game, and I think that the current price tag is the perfect asking price. So go pick it up right now before that changes. Support these developers, support this game, and help me, help others, help them make it better. I don't know what else I can say, but if you like city builders, if you like post-apocalyptic games, and if you just like survival games in general, then you gotta check this one out. It's a lot of fun. It's addictive. It's a great investment for a possibly great future game. I know that I'm going to keep it, and that I'm going to stay tuned to its updates. Hell, I'm done. I want to go play some more. I want to go play more, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go play some more. Why not? Why don't you join me? Look for it on Steam and take a look. Thanks a bunch for watching. I want to go play it some more, so that's what I'm going to go do. I hope I help some of you out there either find out what you're looking for or save some money, and I hope I entertain the rest of you. So I can't wait to see you all in my next adventure, and until then, I bid you Farewell.